If you're exposed to someone with COVID-19, you're supposed to go into quarantine, but you could soon be able to get a potential treatment, which is the goal of a clinical trial going on right now in Richmond. Earlier, I spoke with Dr. Robert Call with Clinical Research Partners about who qualifies to get the antibodies.
Dr. Call, tell us, what is this particular trial about?
Bill, we're really excited about this trial. You know, we've done a vaccine trial, and that's preventative, right? So now we're given two antibodies that fight COVID and protect you from COVID. Now, what we're looking for, though, is participants that have been exposed, had a documented exposure to COVID, and within 8 days, they can come in here, and we can give the antibodies to protect them against a possible infection.
So
we want it before they turn COVID positive.
Right.
And so it's more of it's a kind of like a preventative, but it's an actual antibody attacking the COVID virus, two antibodies, in fact.
And so it's basically people that would start to go into quarantine can actually do something, in a sense, proactive by contributing in this trial to start building up antibodies, hopefully.
Yes, because, you know, that could be incredibly helpful if somebody who's not gotten a vaccine gets exposed and this antibody protects them. Well, that's the next best thing to not getting the infection by a vaccine. So the other interesting thing is this could be somebody in a dorm or a business that has had, you know, just exposure to that person. So it could be a sorority house, fraternity house. They just have to have a documented exposure to somebody in the dorm, somebody in the sorority house or fraternity house or business. It's like, you know, partners at a business. If one of them comes down with COVID, the others could come in within 8 days, get these two antibodies to protect them from getting COVID.
And how long does the trial run for?
It's going to go for a year or so. And the antibodies I think are good for about 90 days, apparently, supposedly. So,
okay, and
you could get this antibody and then get the vaccine after 30 days.
Okay, so it doesn't disqualify you, for long term anyway, from getting a vaccine.
Right, which is very important because, I wouldn't want to do it if I was, if I never had the COVID, right, and I got those antibodies. They wouldn't last forever, but, the COVID vaccine could last forever or however long it's going to last. We just don't know yet. So that's another reason why this antibody study is important, because if we get a variant of the COVID and our vaccine doesn't work or the vaccine wears off, this would be a nice stopgap to protect us.
Okay, and finally, how do people get in touch? How do they find out about signing up?
Oh, call Clinical Research Partners, 477-3045, and we will get in touch with you. We've had a good response so far. We're looking for 200 people, and it's going to be fast, though, because I think they're going to fill up in about 2 weeks. So we only have about 2 weeks to fill this study.
All right. Well,
and then we have more studies coming down the pike. We're going to have a treatment study for active COVID. So this is like start A to Z, prevent, protect, and treat. So we're really excited about this whole process of helping out people and survive COVID.
Well, there's a lot going on. Thank you for your time, Doctor, and we'll put all that information on our website as well.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.